Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And yes, from the title, I'll be doing my 2024 Eastern Conference standings predictions. And yes, it's been a long time since I did my Western Conference predictions, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But it's here. So Eastern Conference predictions I'm going to be making here. We did the West a few days ago. Now Eastern Conference. So this video is probably going to be a very quick video. I just want to try and smash through the bottom teams as quickly as possible and get this video out, and then the season is about to start. Before we get into it, yes, the NBA season, 2023-24 season, is around the corner. Like, tomorrow the Warriors play the first preseason game of the year. So the NBA season is here. It's ready to go. The teams are final. The teams are still stuff going on in off season, etc. But the teams are set. The games are set. Teams just ready to go. Training camp's still going. Everything's going on. So I'll get to that at the end of the video. But right now, let's get straight into it. So we're gonna, same as the Western Conference video, put it up here. We're gonna start off with the non-playoff teams. So places 15 to 11, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So this is what I've got. Now this is my predictions. It's not your predictions, not anyone else's predictions. This is my prediction on what I believe the standings will be. This might completely change. You might see, I don't know, the Bucks could be down to 15. Like, it could be, it doesn't really, it's this season is going to be different. So what I've got is this. At number 15th, I've got the Charlotte Hornets, then the Pacers, then the Magic, then the Pistons. I'll do those ones first. So yes, why I've got the Charlotte Hornets there. The Charlotte Hornets last year, after losing 55 games a year ago, the Hornets seem to be a forgotten team in the playing picture. Like, they've just been, they have not been thinking of it. They've not made some noise. They've won after losing 55 games a year ago. Their under and over is very bad. Losing Miles Bridges for some time. They have really no depth, this Charlotte Hornets team. So why I've got them at 15? Yes, they're going to be getting back Miles Bridges, but he'll be a 10-game suspension start of the season due to suspension with a domestic violence issue. Yes, you're getting LaMelo Ball healthy. The Hornets, I think, might be a little bit higher, but right now, I don't think they're going to make any noise, really. I think they could go higher. All these teams can go higher, but I think the Hornets just have no depth. They have no team, really. They did get the number 2 pick in Brendan Miller, but still, I think the Hornets have just no chemistry, really. Miles Bridges hasn't played in a long time, so we'll see how that goes. But that's what I've got there. I've got the Hornets at 15. Then the next, I've got the Pacers. After 2 years out of the play-in, they have a chance to return with the addition of Obi Toppin and Bruce Brown Jr. And they're still going to be developing Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin from the draft, but still, yes, the addition of Bruce Brown from the defending champs is good, and also the young guard and Tyrese Halliburton. I still believe they won't really make as much noise in this season in of how stacked the East is, really. So the Pacers, they're slowly getting better. All these teams that I'm listing here, they're slowly getting better, slowly developing. But the way Tyrese is playing an all-star, he's amazing. So I reckon the addition of Bruce Brown will help them a bit, but they're not going to really make. They got Obi Toppin, yes, but I reckon 14th is where I can see them finishing at the end of the season. The next 2 teams I've listed here, number 13, I've got the Magic. Now, this projection still suggests that Orlando is still a year from jumping into talks about play-in playoff positions. After finishing 34-48 a year ago, the Magic were much stronger in the season's second half of last year. They went, after going 19-22 over the final 41 games, the multi-year nature of these projections dragging them down compared to the level of play. So the Magic right now are sitting in a good position. They've got their young talent, they've got their rookies, they've got their draft picks, you could say. They've got some good guys. They're also adding in, we'll have a quick look and see who they're adding in, because I think the Magic have added in, I think, Joe Ingles, I believe. Something like that. Let me just go in and have a quick look here. So the Magic, who have they added? Let's just have a look. I'll just go standings and I'll just click Magic. So why I've got the Magic there, I don't think that they're still probably a year away, I would say, from getting to the playoff play-in talks and standings. So they did get Anthony Black in the draft. You've got Paolo Banchero doing amazing. You got Cole Anthony, Gary Harris amazing, and then they do bring in Joe Ingles in, Mac McClung they bring in. They've still got the Wagner boys, Franz and Morris, Jalen Suggs. So this Magic team is looking good. This Magic team is young, getting better. They do add some veteran in Joe Ingles, but I still think they're not. They're still probably about a year, 2 years away from making some noise. Next up, I've got the Pistons. Now, the Pistons last season, the Pistons have got so many players this season coming in. They've got so many guys in, so many young guys that have come in this offseason through the draft, through trades, etc. They were not too good. They weren't the best last year, you could say. Without Cade, getting rid of Cade, not getting rid, but the injury in Cade Cunningham really stopped them. They did add in James Wiseman from the Warriors who get some more minutes. And they're still the same with the Magic. These two teams are very close. They're young, developing guys ready to go. I believe they're still higher than the Magic, Pistons, and Hornets because of their young talent in also Thompson from the draft. Young guard in Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren. Also adding Joe Harris from the Nets, Monte Morris, and then you get back Cade. So this Pistons team is slowly developing. They've got some young talents. They've got some young guys. They do add a veteran in Joe Harris, Monte Morris from the Wizards. So Pistons are slowly, again like the Magic, developing guys to become strong and get better. So I think these two teams are young. The teams that I've said now are younger teams working to get developed. So the Pistons and Magic will probably make some noise in probably a year, 2 years from now, of who they've got in their roster. So there it is. Moving on now, we got 12th down. Let's get down to the 11th team who will just miss out on the playoffs. Play-in is the Wizards. Why I've got the Wizards, you might ask. The cupboard isn't totally bad in Washington, honestly. The transition this year from the Wizards overstocked at point guard. They got so many guys. They got Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole from the Warriors, Dion Wright. But they're thin on their front court. But I still have them giving them hope. They're probably high in the lottery. You can't really predict where this Wizards team is going to go. So we'll look at their roster and who they really got. They got a few guys. They did get rid of Kristaps Porzingis. He went out the door. So yes, you're adding in Jordan Poole, Landry Shamet, Ryan Rollins, Patrick Bond Jr., Tyus Jones. So you're getting guys. Kyle Kuzma's signing an extension. So the Wizards do have centers. They are just a little bit thin after trading away Kristaps Porzingis. So this Wizards team, look, I reckon they're going to be a bit better. The addition of Jordan Poole going to have some more a free space to play. But I just think they're not going to make the play-in. I don't think the teams that I'm about to list here can make the play-in. I reckon they'll get there. Moving on now to the play-in. Positions 10 to 7. We'll list them straight up now. We'll do the 10 and 9. So Raptors at 10, and then I got Bulls at 9. So first off, the Raptors at 10. Even with the loss of Fred VanVleet in free agency, the Raptors were one of the 4 teams, one of the teams that are most likely to improve based on their stats last season. Toronto's negative 0.5 differential, ranked 6 in the East. They're carrying on with opponents scoring the Nets from 3-point range, etc. The Raptors also have 5 players projected with at least 0.8 points per 100 possessions. So honestly, the Raptors, after trading away Fred VanVleet, you're still keeping your main guys though. Yes, you lose Fred VanVleet, a key player for this Raptors team, but then you got Pascal Siakam, you got Precious Achiuwa, you got OG Anunoby, you got Chris Boucher, you got Grady Dick from the draft, Jeff Dunn Jr. from the draft. You've got you're getting in Dennis Schroeder. You have Otto Porter Jr., Jakob Poeltl, Thaddeus Young, Gary Trent Jr., Gary Temple. So all these guys, Raptors, are going to get better. You also got a new coach in Darko Ranovich. So many Jalen McDaniels. So Raptors are that team, I think. They made some noise last year, made the play-in. You do lose Fred VanVleet, but you're also getting in good guys in Dennis Schroeder who can play, who just beat one in the FIBA for Germany. A good guard there. So I think the Raptors will get that 10th spot just slightly. I think it's a pretty fair where to put them. Next, I've got the Bulls. Now, the Bulls, though, as you do know, I think Lonzo Ball is projected to miss this next season. So, really, they're just getting... Their connection is not that good. You've got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, two guys who are, you could say, a duo together. But they're still... They're following and playing upset of the Raptors, who are strong in etc. etc. So the Chicago could regress in terms of health. They need help. They need to be healthy to win. That's with every team. But Lonzo Ball is not coming back anytime soon, you could say. And then you got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, who are both veterans, who can get injured. So I think the big thing for the Bulls is health. They need to be healthy to win. That's with every team, but particularly this Bulls team, because you're adding in though Torrey Craig. Yes, you're adding in Torrey Craig. They haven't really got anyone this off season. You got Zach LaVine still. You got DeMar DeRozan, but you still don't have anyone else. All you're adding in is Torrey Craig, and then Lonzo Ball's out for some time. So it's sad there for the Bulls though. But I think they'll make the play-in, but I don't think they'll go as far. I think they'll lose the play-in like round 1, I reckon. And then moving on now, yes, I've got the Brooklyn Nets. As a slide in the standings is like order for the Nets, who went 11-13 after the All-Star break, but they still claim 6th position and finding a spot in the playoffs by locking in Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving on the roster. The full training camp this offseason is done. They return to Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons could help Brooklyn improve their ways on the standings, but I think they've locked in Mikal Bridges full time. I reckon that's really their player they're developing around. You got Miles Bridges in there. You got Nick Claxton, you got Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. So this Nets team is going to make some noise. I reckon Cam Johnson, Russ O'Neal. So I think Ben Simmons is coming back. I want to see him play. I reckon he'll be good. Adding Lonnie Walker, the 5th there. I think it's the 5th. And just the way the Nets played last season, amazing. The way Mikal Bridges is, I think he'll be an all-star next season. Amazing, and that's what I got here. Mikal Bridges played amazing for USA in the FIBA World Cup. I think these Nets will definitely deserve a playing position, at least. So I got them sitting at 8th in the play-in, and to round off the play-in, I've got the Hawks. It is year 2 with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Okay? The backcourt could have better results for the Hawks, who finished 500 after being projected for 46 wins last season. Atlanta shouldn't miss John Collins. So they shouldn't miss John Collins because you have there Sadiq Bey, etc., etc. You add in Patty Mills, I believe. Is it Patty Mills? I think it is. Yeah, you add in Patty Mills, Wesley Matthews. That's a good addition to Patty Mills. I think you've got Clint Capella still. You've got Sadiq Bey, Bogdanovic. So you still got some shooters around there. You've got... If you keep Trae Young, John Murray, you'll be okay. But I reckon the 7th position is where I believe they're going to stay. They have the talent to do it, but can you see them winning in the playoffs? You can probably see them win a play-in, but then can you see them beating the 6th seed, beating a 5th seed, beating the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers, Heat, etc.? So that's what I've got there to finish off that play-in. I've got the Hawks. Now we get to the top dogs. The top 6 seeds for the Eastern Conference. Now, as you know, we'll get through this as quickly as possible. So this is very close. I don't really know where to go with this. But at 6, I've got the Cavaliers at 6. With the addition of Max Strus, the core 4 starters are the age of 27 or younger. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, add in Max Strus. They could take another step into this season. Towards this season. So I reckon they have a good shot at making the playoffs. But I do think there's some rumours with Donovan Mitchell demanding a trade or leaving Cleveland. But I think the way the Cavs did last season, I think losing against the Knicks really put them where they should be. And I think they can do it. I think they can get the 6th seed in the East. It'll be a bit tough, though, with the higher teams in the Celtics and Bucks up there. But I think 6 is reasonable for where I think they're going to sit. Moving on to 5th now, top 5, I've got the Knicks. Despite retaining everyone but Obi Toppin from last season, they add in Dante DiVincenzo from the Warriors to the mix. The Knicks have now Jalen Brunson, Dante, Josh Hart, someone else who all went to Villanova. The Knicks could see their win total. You could see their win total decrease because of health, but on the other hand, you've got Jalen Brunson, you've got Julius Randle, you got a good team there in New York to help them win. I reckon a 5th spot is key, and I reckon they'll get some wins. I think that core group, the duo with the Villanova boys in Dante, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and another guy, I forgot his name, will be good. Now we get to the top 4. Top 4 in the East. I've got the Heat. The Heat, yes, did lose Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, 2 key postseason contributors last season to their run to the finals. But I honestly think, I don't know why I'm ranking them up so high, but I just think they can get it done. You've got Jimmy Butler playing amazing. You've got Bam Adebayo doing great. You got Tyler Hero still playing good. I still think the Heat are going to be up there. After losing those 2 key guys last season, you add in Tom Bryant. You've still got Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson. So you're still having guys in this team who contribute. And I reckon that I think they can get to that 4th spot. Yes, it's high up. Yes, you got teams down there like the Knicks who can make 4th. But I think the way they were an 8 seed last season, and they went to the finals. Like, honestly, I reckon the bench will improve and get some wins under the belt. They went to the finals last year, as I said, as the 8 seed. So, honestly, I think a 4th spot for the Heat would be good for their fans and their team. I reckon they can get it done. They could even fall down. They could go to the play-in, not even make the playoffs. But I think Jimmy Butler, as he said in the media day, with his haircut, if you haven't seen that photo of Jimmy Butler's haircut, it is good. That's it. Ranking the top 4 there. Moving on to number 3. Yes, I've got the 76ers. This projection includes a full season, 70 games for James Harden. Even if Harden's availability and play are unaffected, his unfulfilled trade request, Philly might move backward in the East, though. You still got growth in the team. Joel Embiid, yes, as you know, James Harden has come to training camp. There's so many rumors about James Harden not playing, not being a Sixer, trade request, etc. I think he'll be a 76er, and he rocks up to day 2 of training camp with the teams high-fiving, playing strong in the training camp. If you have Joel Embiid, you're up there in the East, and that's really all we've got. Moving on to number 2, we'll put it out quickly. I've got the Bucks, and then I've got the Celtics. Bucks at 2. Damian Lillard, Giannis duo is going to be amazing. They're just going to be amazing. You've nothing to talk about there. Why the Bucks number 2? It's obvious. Dame, Giannis, the Bucks are going to be good. Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, etc., etc. I think Bucks are going to be at number 2 easily. And number 1, yes, I got the Celtics. Both before and after the addition of Drew Holiday, the Celtics have been the NBA's best projection from a wide margin to be the favourites to win the championship. In adding Drew Holiday, you're replacing then Marcus Smart. Drew Holiday is a better defender, and I think the Celtics will be back up there in the finals with Jason Tatum, with Jaylen Brown in that Celtics roster, and I think they can do it. I think the Celtics can be back up there again, and I reckon they can make some noise in the East. So that's all for this video, and yes, this is my prediction. So if you don't agree with it, so bad. This is my prediction. I reckon this is a good prediction. Also, this season's gonna be different, crazy, with new duos, new look teams, and a lot more. So my prediction will be out the door. It could be right, it could be wrong. Who knows? So that is all for this video, guys. Got my East predictions done, West predictions done. I'll also be doing my 2024 award videos for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, etc. Probably during the season or even after the season's done, etc. So stay tuned for that. That might be a long time away, though. Plus, I will do my playoff predictions later, probably when the regular season is finished, as you know. That's it. As well, the Warriors do have their first preseason game tomorrow. So a game review will be coming out tomorrow afternoon. First one of the season, so stay tuned for that. First game review for the Warriors season is here tomorrow. Warriors play Lakers at home for preseason. Game 1, going to be good. Looking to see the rotation. Darius Saric, Kuminga. Chris Paul, Usman Garuba, Rudy Gay, all these guys. I'm excited to see the Warriors. Warriors basketball is back. And also, I'll be away for the whole of next week, so just stay tuned for when I post, and just thanks for supporting me even when I do and don't post. So really, the main one next video will be game review, and then wait a week until the Warriors play again, etc. The really videos coming up now are really just Golden State Warriors stuff. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. If you have not seen my Western Conference video, go check that out. It's going to be good. Go check that one out. I've done the Eastern, done the Western Finals. Who would it be? I reckon Warriors Celtics again. Who knows? Cheers, guys. Like and subscribe. NBA season is here. Training camps in full swing. Season's around the corner. That is it. Long video. Thank you for staying with me. And until next time, enjoy life and have fun. Peace.